It's time for another recent finds video. I've got 14 CDs, 2 vinyl records, and more right here on the Vinyl Jukebox. What's up, everyone? It's Ben from the Vinyl Jukebox, and if you haven't done so already, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. So August was a strange month in that I didn't pick up too many vinyl records. I picked up a lot more CDs. As you guys have been hearing from my previous videos, I have been picking up more CDs lately, but I picked up some really cool titles and I'm really excited to show you all. I also have some extra stuff that I picked up on my various travels, and I'll explain those in a little bit. But starting things off right now, I picked up the most recent Dave's Picks Grateful Dead archival series release. This one is Dave's Picks number 55, and this was from the Les Zenith Paris, France, 1990 show, 10/28/90. This was an awesome show. I didn't have any 90s Grateful Dead in my collection, so I was really excited to pick this up. I mean, 90s live Grateful Dead. But I was really excited to pick this up, and it's a really great show. They play some tracks on here that I didn't have, so I was really excited about that. It also has some tracks from their Wembley Arena show added on as well. But this was just a really cool release. The only thing that I'm kind of on the fence about is Jerry's voice. It is a little raspy here. Sounds like he was struggling a little bit. It was towards the last few years of his career, so you know, that's to be expected. But just overall, it's a great release. I love the artwork on these Dave's Picks. I might do a review of this one just like I did the last one, so definitely stay tuned on that. But that was a really cool pickup here. As you all know, I've been on a very, very heavy Deep Purple kick lately. I've been trying to pick up their whole catalog. I just can't get enough of it. And I've been diving into the Steve Morse years of Deep Purple. Steve Morse replaced Ritchie Blackmore in the 90s. Ritchie Blackmore had been a founding member of the band. Then he left and Tommy Bolin stepped in the 70s. During the reunion, Ritchie Blackmore came back, and that lasted a little while, and then came Steve Morse. So I've been really trying to do a deep dive into those albums because there's some great stuff in there. I picked up Perpendicular. This was his first album with the band and probably my favorite of the Steve Morse era. I also picked up, and this one actually just came in the mail today. This one's out of print. So I had to pick it up on eBay. This one is Bananas. Not crazy about the cover, but the album is really, really good. And next up, and I didn't pick this up with the others. This one I actually picked up at Dark Side Records in Poughkeepsie, New York. This one is Infinite. So 3 albums ago, or 4 studio albums ago for the band. This one also came with a DVD with a documentary, kind of the making of the album, and I really enjoyed the documentary. I listened to the album first and then watched the documentary, and the documentary really gave me a great appreciation for the songs on this album, how it was made. So definitely, if you can, and you don't have this album, pick up the deluxe edition with the DVD. It's definitely worth your while. Next up, another Dark Side Records pickup, one that I didn't have in the collection. This is the Ramones Mondo Bizarro. I love these late 80s, early 90s Ramones albums. I think that they got a lot more aggressive. Joey's voice is a little raspier. And I love the track listing on this one. Censor Shit starts it off. The Job That Ate My Brain, Poison Heart. I mean, this one's just full of killer tracks, so definitely recommend it. Next up, now, recently went on a really big road trip, and we went to a lot of places, Nashville included, and I'm going to show you some stuff I got from Nashville in a little bit, but we did stop in this small town, Bowling Green, Kentucky, on the way, on one of our stops on the road trip. And me being myself, I look up on my phone if there's any record stores in the area, and we found one. And they had it was a really cool store. They had some cool stuff, but I ended up getting 2 CDs there. This Buckcherry Live and Loud in 2009 live album that I did not have. This is actually the only Buckcherry release that I did not have. So I was really happy to pick this up. I've heard this a bunch of times on streaming, but I wanted to pick up a physical copy. And this just has a killer set list. The band sounds amazing. This was on their Black Butterfly tour, so they're playing songs like Tired of You, Next to You from 15, Broken Glass. They even pull out some old ones, Check Your Head, Lit Up, Talk to Me from Black Butterfly, Rescue Me. I mean, this one is a killer live album. Definitely, if you're a hard rock and roll fan, pick this one up, and I think you'll love it. Another one that I picked up at that same store, and I think I've seen this one before and never picked it up, and I decided to pick it up then. Ronnie Wood, this is Slide On Live, Plugged In and Standing, so this is a live album from Ronnie Wood. Really cool that Bernard Fowler, one of the backing singers for the Rolling Stones, does a lot of the vocals on this album. Ronnie Wood does a lot of the vocals too, and this just has a really cool mix of his solo material. It's got some Faces songs on it, so it's a really cool live album, really good sound, and he has a great band behind him, so definitely a great pickup there. And next up, I stopped by Goodwill, and I found some really killer titles at Goodwill. Sometimes I hit the jackpot, I think. So some CDs I picked up from Goodwill that I didn't have. The Very Beast of Dio. This is just a Dio compilation. I don't have any Dio in the collection. I know, shocking, right? Don't have any Dio, solo Dio, I should say. So I figured I better get started because that's a little embarrassing that a hard rock fan and metal fan does not have Dio. So now I do. And this one's really cool. It has all the hits and it goes all the way up into the 90s. So just a cool release there. Next up, Iron Maiden, Rock in Rio. I didn't have much Iron Maiden in the collection. I do have some albums, but I was really excited to pick this up. I don't have any live albums, so this definitely puts a start to that. And it's got all the songs you want to hear. This is just a great sounding set from Iron Maiden. Next up, and I've been talking about this band a lot lately. This is a new band that I discovered actually while at the MMRBQ festival that happens every year. It's like a radio rock festival that happens in Camden, New Jersey. And they were one of the opening bands, and I really like them. Return to Dust. This is their new EP, the Speak Like the Dead EP. Just really cool sound from the band, kind of picking it up where they left off from their last album. So definitely if you're into Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, that kind of stuff, this is the band for you. I mean, they're really great. They're really young. And if you're into discovering new rock bands, that's definitely one to check out. Next up, and I had this on vinyl, but I just wanted a CD copy, and they had it at Goodwill, so why not? This is Terrapin Station, Grateful Dead. Great album, a little more progressive sounding album from the Grateful Dead, but I really like it and just wanted a CD copy. Nothing special about that one. Next up, another Goodwill find. Now, I had this when I was a kid, and I don't know what happened to it, so I was happy to pick this up again. This is Van Halen Best Of, Volume 1. And this is the one that features the new track at the time, Me Wise Magic. So really happy to pick this one up. It also has Humans Being, which I know was a single for the movie Twister. So definitely a cool pickup there. Next up, and I was really excited to pick this one up because this has a lot of new at the time tracks. The Best of Both Worlds. This was released for their reunion tour with Sammy Hagar in 2004. Let me just check that yet, 2004. And it has some really cool new tracks at the time on it. It's About Time, Up for Breakfast, Learning to See. I mean, those songs are just killer. Just sounds like modern Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. Kind of sounds something like what A Different Kind of Truth might have sounded like if Sammy Hagar was still with them at the time. So I love this just for that, but it's got some great Van Halen tracks on it as well. And then finally, I don't remember if I put this in another recent finds video. This one I got at kind of like the beginning of August, late July, early August. But this is California Breed. And this one's an out-of-print album as well. I had to pick this up on eBay. This is Glenn Hughes, Andrew Want. Well, we'll back up a little bit. Glenn Hughes, bass player from Deep Purple, was also in Black Sabbath for one album. Is also in Black Country Communion. Just a killer voice. I mean, I love Glenn Hughes. He has a new solo album coming out in a couple weeks, or next week. couple weeks next week, either way. But this is just a killer trio. Andrew Watt is on guitar. He is now producing albums for really big artists, Iggy Pop, Eddie Vedder. He produced the last two Ozzy Osbourne albums. He produced the new Rolling Stones album, and Jason Bonham on drums. So this one is just bludgeoning hard rock. Awesome stuff there. All right, next, and moving on to the vinyl. Now, like I said, I only picked up two. I saw Neil Young last week, and he put on such a killer show. I've been on a bit of a Neil Young kick lately. And I knew that they had put out the Archives Volume 3, and I didn't want to pick up the whole box set, so I decided to pick up the kind of best of compilation, Volume 3 takes. And this just includes some key tracks from that Archives CD set. I believe it had like 12 CDs in it, or maybe more. But this one has some really cool unreleased tracks on it, and it's just a nice little sampling or taste of what's on the box set. Maybe I'll pick up the box set eventually, but this definitely holds me over. Sound quality is amazing. These aren't just like rough cut demos. They're fully produced and ready to go. The only song that I didn't like on it, he did a version of Hey Hey My My with Devo, and even thinking of that combination, you know, is very puzzling to me, but it was kind of like a silly version of the song, in my opinion. Neil Young was on guitar, the singer Devo was singing, kind of, and it's just kind of a weird, interesting track. If you like it, great, but it wasn't for me, but everything else on the album was great. And I mentioned that I saw Neil Young, so I wanted to show, I picked up a poster. This was his Love Earth Tour 2025, and he was playing with the Chrome Hearts that he just released an album with. So I thought the poster was pretty cool. I try to pick up a poster at most of the shows I go to, or at least the ones that are selling posters. It's not numbered or anything. It's not specific to the show, but I just figured it was nice to pick up a little memento from the tour. And then my final vinyl pickup, like I said, I was in Nashville and I happened to stop by Third Man Records, Jack White's record label's store and studio. Unfortunately, we were there during the week, so they were not offering tours, but I spent a lot of time in the store and I figured I wanted to pick up a record while I was there. And who better than to pick up at Jack White's store than Jack White? This is the only Jack White solo album that I did not have on vinyl, so I wanted to pick this one up there. This is Lazaretto, and what's cool about this one is it is an Ultra LP. So what that means is he included a lot of special features to this LP, just kind of novelties, but he wanted to try different things that had never been done with pressing vinyl before. Such as having one side starting in the middle, and then it plays out, and then the other side just plays regular. There's one where the grooves are doubled on side 2 to where if you drop the needle in a certain place, it'll play an acoustic intro, and if you drop the needle in a different place, it'll play an electric intro. There's different mixes. There's a song on the label. Just a lot of cool stuff included in this LP. I have to say, though, every pressing that I get from Third Man, I want to love them, but I just never get the best sound quality out of them. I don't know if it's something with the pressing plant. I know they do everything independently, which I admire, but I don't know, just sometimes somehow the pressings just seem to feel very flat to me, not very dynamic, not very loud. So I just can't win them all, I guess. Another thing that I got while I was at Third Man Records, now they have this really cool vintage machine there that makes wax molds, and you kind of get to see the whole process happen. You buy a couple tokens and it makes a wax mold of Jack White's famous Airline guitar from the White Stripes. So I thought that this would be a really cool souvenir from the shop. So I was happy to pick that up, and it's very light, and it's funny, it comes out of the machine so hot. So really cool pickup there. And there you have it, everybody. Actually, oh, wait, there's one more thing. So a couple nights ago, I went to see the Joe Perry Project, actually a very last minute thing. We got tickets very last minute. We went to go see the Joe Perry Project at the Capitol Theater in Portchester, one of my locals here. And I really didn't want to miss this tour. I mean, it featured Brad Whitford and Buck Johnson from Aerosmith, Chris Robinson on vocals from the Black Crowes, Robert DeLeo from Stone Temple Pilots on bass, and Eric Kretz was supposed to be part of the tour, but unfortunately something happened and he couldn't be a part of it. But this is just a killer lineup. I love Joe Perry's solo stuff. I love Aerosmith, and I love hearing the deep tracks that he plays when he's touring with the project. But this was great. They were supposed to play last Saturday. Somebody in the band fell ill. Last Saturday was the date of the Neil Young concert, so I wasn't able to go. But once they announced the postponement, and it was for a day that I could go, I got really excited and I decided to get last minute tickets. So I picked up a little lithograph poster there, not numbered or signed or anything, but still just a really cool souvenir from the show. It was a great show, actually. At the Capitol, they have a little bar next door called Garcia's, where they often have cover bands play, and there was a Grateful Dead cover band playing kind of like a pre-show. So we stopped by and watched them for a little while, and me being a big Dead fan, I really enjoyed that. And it was just a great show overall. One of the loudest shows I've ever been to, for sure. And there you have it, everybody. Those are my recent finds for the month of August. You got some CDs, you got some vinyl, and you got some extras. So hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments below, what have you picked up recently? It could be vinyl, it could be CD, it could be music memorabilia like I did. Let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it. And before we go, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, share the video, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.